Welcome to the video, guys. For those people who don't already know, my name's Darren and I travel around in my micro camper, which I live in full time and work from full time. So today we are at Sandal Castle in Wakefield, quite an impressive place. Rumour has it that this castle's been here since around 1066 and was quite significantly involved in the War of the Roses. The Duke of York at the time apparently lost his head here during that battle, and up to 3,000 troops lost their lives fighting to defend the area in the name of the royal family, the royalists, if you will. There's not left much left standing anymore, to be fair, but we'll go up there and take a little look at it anyway. Over there in the distance, the water area is Pugneys, okay, Pugneys Country Park. You've seen me park up there many times, and you'll know from those videos that whilst it's a great park up and a great walk, great scenery, you can't actually overnight there, unfortunately. But apparently, just over here, where all those houses now stand, and where those fields are, is where 3,000 people or more lost their lives in that fateful battle in I'm not quite sure where the date is, but I'll put it on the screen anyway. By now you'll realise that I'm not a historian in any way, shape or form, but I wanted to put some content out for you since I'm back in Wakefield, and we constantly do Wakefield trips all the time. This is where my kids live with their mum, so I am going to be here quite a lot. No excuses for that, but we do want to make these videos a little bit more interesting for you, so I thought we'd come here. So apparently, and you can correct me if you know more about history than me, this castle was built on a moat system. There was an inner moat and an outer moat. I'm going to assume that what we're looking at down there, down that slope, is the inner moat, perhaps. And over here could have been where the outer moat was. I really don't know, but I'm going to assume that's the case until I get to another sign and can read that. Coming to Sandal Castle, just be aware that it's not very accessible for those people with mobility difficulties at all. Just up there is a viewing platform. To get to the said viewing platform, you've got to go up tons and tons of steps, quite steep, and there's no alternative. There's no ramp, there's no lift or anything like that. So just bear that in mind if you plan to come here for the day and visit. And as we can see, it's just absolutely beautiful around here, isn't it? It looks like we're going to get a bit of rain today, I reckon. They say it's going to be hovering around 16 degrees during the day. So over here we get a better view of the moat that runs around here. And to put that into context, you could easily fit a single story building in terms of height, not width, in terms of height, in that ditch. For sure, maybe a bungalow or something. So it's quite tall, quite high. And that's the walkway there, so this is what I mean about not being accessible for the disabled, unfortunately. That said though, we're going to have a little walk up the walkway to the viewing platform. Now this might be a bit shaky, so bear in mind, I'm actually recording this on the iPad rather than the phone, just for a change. And I've already noticed straight away it's a bit more difficult, it's a bit more challenging because it doesn't hold still very well. In fact, that said, when we get to the bottom here, this walkway, we start the ascent up the stairs. I think I'll just stop recording and pick you up when we get to the top. If you can imagine, high walls surrounding these buildings over here, okay, all the way around, big end battlements, a few hundred soldiers here, it's not a big place this, okay, and then all the way around, nothing but... Right, so I did promise you lot that I'd take you around take you for a walk down by the canal and show you around where I parked up last night. So if you can't already see, okay, let's just take a look. My van was parked just down here somewhere along this hedgerow. It's over there somewhere now because obviously I've been out and it come back parked in a different spot. And then of course just up this short pathway takes us to the canal. I'll spin you around. You've got a much more Much nicer view now. I'll tell you what, those few houses there, I'd love to live in one of them. That would be epic. But as you come out, look at all these boats here. So you got all these boats that just stretch on and on and on down the canal. So I'm just going to go for a little bit of a walk down here and see what we can see, I reckon. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again, but there are some toilets down here with showers and stuff. And I was told by a boat life person to perhaps invest in a key for that. And he was a former van life person, so he lived in his van for a long time, then decided to move into a canal boat. And I see a lot of van life videos where people are contemplating doing the same thing, right? So they can continue their off-grid life and off-grid endeavours. But it's not as off-grid as you would think, I don't think. Now you can get, according to the chap I was talking to, different types of berths or moorings. You can get a leisure mooring where you can stay 2-3 days, and you can get a longer term mooring where you can stay for the season, but you've got to move for X many weeks of the year and not be there, just like on a caravan site, right? When you can do a seasonal pitch. Or you can also do like full-time permanent moorings as well, where you just live there permanently. But this is just stunning, to be fair. Look what they've done here, look. They've Halloweened it up. Oh. I think on the right hand side down here is more of a full-time thing. And we've got all these, you know, garden type items out on the riverbank. And kind of makes you think, doesn't it? When you live in a van, you can't so much as put a deck chair out without being criticised. But these guys can put a whole allotment out, and everybody just says, "Oh, isn't that quaint?" Do you know what I mean? So, is it double standards, or is it not? I don't know. No idea. I'll let you be the judge of that. But you know, there's all sorts lying around, isn't there? It makes you think, well, if these guys can park on the waterways and throw their wastewater in the canal and in the grey water, and I think that some do the black water as well, then why can't responsible campervan owners, responsible motorhome owners do or follow their lifestyle? On the part to the side of the road, but you know, campervan owners take their rubbish and all their stuff with them. They don't leave it out like this. Which you know, well, like I say, you decide. Is it quaint or is it trash? I think there's a fine line between the two things, to be quite frank. So I mean, should we be barbecuing out in the middle of a public footpath? Should we be leaving our rubbish out and about? Bit of a mixture, isn't it? I like it. But it is a mixture. And van life is getting so heavily penalised, and people get after van lifers for living the life they live. Do you know what I mean? I think it's quite funny as well how we can see some absolutely stunning boats and some less stunning boats. This one, for example, absolutely stunning, and then over there, not so much. I'm not being funny. This one here, okay, looks like it hasn't moved in I don't know how long. Okay, that would have, if it were a camper van or a motorhome, it would have an order or notice from the local council slapped on it saying shift it or lose it, kind of a threat. So why the double standards? Right, back at van now, as you can clearly tell. I'm just going to have a bit of a chill out and a relax for a bit, and I've got some stuff to do. I want to go down to the doohickey, the storage locker, because I've got some small gifts to wrap for Christmas, and I'll store them in the locker. I need to go into town to buy a few more actually, so perhaps I'll do that first, and then I can wrap them all, put them all in storage at the same time, if that makes any sense. That might be the best way to go about things. Yeah, so what do you think about the canal? Do you think it's acceptable for canal boat users just to leave discarded old items on the banks just because I paid for a seasonal or a long-term pitch? Personally, I don't at all. If you went to a caravan site and paid for a long-term pitch, a seasonal pitch, or whatever, and you did that, you'd be kicked off quick sharpish, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? That you would. There's no doubt about it at all. If you did that at the side of the road, you'd be arrested for littering and you'd be charged. So why can canal users get away with it? What makes them so special? What makes the rules different for them and the laws different for them? I don't think they should. I don't think the laws should be different and the rules should be different at all. I think it should be exactly the same. They should be subject to the same legislation that we are. Perhaps they are and they just disregard it. I don't know, and it certainly wasn't. It certainly was not the majority of the canal boats. It was a minority, but also there was a lot of canal boats there that just looked derelict and abandoned almost. Pretty sure they're not abandoned, but that's what they look like. And again, if that were a vehicle, it would be towed away. It would be towed away and crushed, more likely. Yeah, again, double standards, in my humble opinion. But you leave your two penneth worth down below, and you tell me the difference if it is double standards or not, because some of you might have done boat life. I haven't. So yeah, anyway, I'll bring it back a little bit later. Right, so it's time for us to make a move. I'm still in this car park at the moment near the canal, and I'm going to go into Wakefield city centre now. I'm just going to go and buy one or two bits and pieces, not too much, like stocking fillers and stuff. I don't really know what they want for the main gift for Christmas this year. There's no suggestion about that at the moment, so hopefully that will be forthcoming and it won't be left to the last minute, because I usually manage to come through okay, I think, at Christmas, with gifts and stuff, but I hate it when it's left at the last minute. That's the only thing. And it frustrates me. I want it done and dusted early. I'd like to have it done right now, all finished, dusted, wrapped up, and just, off my mind. But anyway, it is what it is. People be how they are, and what have you. So, yeah, heading off into Scarbs. Scarbs? Not going to Scarborough, going to Wakefield. Idiot. well, same day, Friday, week 33. You can probably tell by my voice that I'm still under the weather. I'm still all bunged up and congested and super tired and what have you. It's just sapped all the energy out of me, to be fair. I spent pretty much the entire day in the Asda car park and I have been nodding on and off, just sleeping on and off throughout the day. And when I'm not sleeping, I've been drinking Lemsip, essentially. So I'm hoping that I'm not, that I've still got a chance of a good night's sleep tonight, and I think that might just put me right tomorrow. If it puts me right for tomorrow, I might just get to see the kids this weekend, because I texted them and said, you know, I'm not coming over because I don't want you to catch this. Yeah, no. So, and the same with my mum. I've said I'm not going to go and see my mum whilst I'm like this in the care home, because, you know, one gets it, everybody gets it in there. So yeah, so this one seems like a good time to end this one now. It's got a bit mixture of everything in here, so I hope you've enjoyed it. But also, can I ask you to make sure you're commenting, liking, subscribing, and yeah, the channel has grown by a few more subscribers. Nothing monumental, but you know, monumental to me and a big surprise to me, because I went up from 130 to about 160 in the last few days. And to me, that's a massive jump. It's my biggest jump yet. So that's really nice to see. And I started to get 1 or 2 interactions from 1 or 2 people as well, and have a few conversations as well, which is nice, which is great. And I'm looking forward to more of those coming through. So if you want a little chat and about any of the videos or anything, just pop a comment in, and we'll get a bit of a chat thread type thing going on. You know, that'd be great. So somebody did ask for a van tour. I have done one of those in the past, but I'll do it again. And yeah, so I'll see if I can get that one done for next week, if I can. But in the meantime, guys, please do take the very best of care. Wrap up warm, a bit chilly out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, guys, thanks very much. Take care. Bye.